We'll just start off with a karakia. Whaia, 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 turi tapunui a tānei. Tānei te wāra, tānei te pukinga, tānei te wānanga. Tānei te whakaputi nei te whaia te amarua, tihei moriora. So this is our group. So my name's Taylor, I'm Kendra. I'm Tamara. Appreciate. And we decided to look at the kind of creative responses towards like people with like losing their hair or like just stuff to do with hair basically. So we're going to start off with a clip just to kind of set the like what we're going to talk about. Oh shit. Oh shit. Yeah.
In a hair salon, and I'm about to cut off 12 inches of my hair and donate it to Wigs for Kids. I'm feeling nervous, definitely, but mostly very excited. Here we go! Oh, she's doing it. This is my hair. We just cut the first ponytail. Oh my god. This is crazy. So I cut this off my head, and now it's gonna go into a wig. I hope that my hair can help create a wig that is given to a girl that can give her confidence and make her feel beautiful.
Are you excited to get a new hairpiece?
Yeah. She hasn't sit still all morning.
I think I saw it in that room.
This is all the hair that was donated from some special people. Is that cool?
You want to brush it?
Now I got some.
Might not seem like a lot in the big scheme of things, but you know, to a little girl, it means a whole lot. So I really like to thank the people who donated.
Thank you, Hannah.
Cool, so I'll just quickly talk about some of the history. I'm going to cover mainly just a little bit about the Egyptians and the Romans. So this is just to show how important it is in other cultures, how important hair is, and how and what it's represented in the past and how it's pretty much the same today. So in Egyptian times, hairstyles were very much dependent on wealth and age and social group the individual mixed in. In Egyptian times, the younger men would shave their heads. It would represent youth, and they would leave one lock on, and this was the lock of youth, just to symbolize their age. As they got older, they would wear wigs, mainly to protect their hair from the sun damage, and for older women and men, it was to hide that they were thinning or grey, or just so that they could keep their youthfulness. And in Roman times, simple hair would consist of women wearing their hair down, and it was very long. The younger women would wear a little bun at the back of their head. And again, this was also just to represent wealth, status, gender, and their overall identity. There was Samson and Delilah. It's a Greek biblical mythology which represented Samson was this great god who was real strong, and his soldiers just didn't understand how he was strong. He fell in love with this lady called Delilah, and what they did was the soldiers told Delilah to find out how this man is so strong. So he told her that it was all about his hair, that he had never touched his hair, that he'd never cut his hair, and that's where he got his power from. One day Delilah made Samson fall asleep, and she cut all his hair off, and he woke up and he was powerless. So that was just a little bit of history.
I've got some causes of hair loss, so alopecia, which can be caused by stress, hormones, obviously age, and cancer through chemotherapy. So I'm a hairdresser and I have a salon, I think most people know, but I just asked some clients about some questions related to hair and how it makes them feel. So the first question was, what does hair mean to you? And the response was, hair is important. The difference between a good cut and a bad cut can determine how I feel. What would you do if you had no hair, and how would it affect you? And she said, as a female, I feel it is part of my identity. Losing my hair would affect me. As superficial as this sounds, it's true. Do you see hair as a form of expression? Definitely. I have also had adventurous colours, as I felt this was a safe way to express my inner personality.
Psychological effects. So as you can see, losing your hair, if you have been through a lot of stress, you've got alopecia, or you've been through cancer treatment, it does do a lot to your self-esteem. Hair loss has many possible causes, including genetics, as an underactive thyroid, cancer treatment, or medication of other health outcomes. And for many people, hair loss or thinning of the hair can result in low self-esteem, as you've seen in the clips. Why is hair loss so devastating to men and women? Almost every society in the world associates luxurious hair with youthfulness, beauty, and good health. For centuries, humans have adorned themselves in a variety of ways, doing your nails, putting on makeup, and, of course, doing your hair. So, hair makes people feel beautiful. Hair gives people identity. And when you lose your hair, for whatever reason, it is very devastating.
Okay, so our salon had an opportunity to help the Rutherford children, young youth, cut their hair off for the use of wig making for cancer patients. In terms of social work, some of the stuff that's been done, there's been community workshops for youth to improve self-esteem and confidence. Cancer organisations have set up makeup workshops to teach them how to apply makeup. There's also, hairdressers have been advocates in the It's Not Okay campaign against family violence. And as a hairdresser, my personal reason for doing the social work degree was because I was having clients in my chair who've been coming to me for like 1 or 2 years and kind of telling me that they were thinking of suicide and marriage breakups. And my clientele is between 20 and 50 European women generally. So yeah, a lot of them, probably about 70 to 80% of them, suffer from depression as well. Yeah.
Okay, so Pantene also launched a campaign called Beautiful Lengths, and so that was in 2012, and it's just finished. I think it was July this year. It's just finished, and that was just campaigning to get people to donate their ponytails, and yeah, so that was supported by Variety, the children's charity, and yeah, that was one of them. And then obviously a lot of people know about Shave for a Cure, and so that's quite a big thing that's been happening. So that's been happening for 10 years now, and it happens in schools or it happens with friends, and it's either they basically tell everyone they're going to shave their hair off, and people donate towards people shaving their hair off, and then they do shave their hair, so basically the money goes towards research and wigs, and sort of the hair does go towards wigs. yeah, and so Schaefer Cure often thinks outside the box with how they do their events, often in different ways, but yeah, the media plays a big part in their events. And also some things that people can do if they have sort of friends or family who have experienced hair loss, if they've got no hair or you're going through it. So they can have a thing called a skull cap party. Basically everyone at the party wears one of those things that make you look bald. And that's just to make no one feel like they're kind of left out, or everyone's involved and kind of how they feel. You can shave your head with your friends, or henna crowns actually. That's I think that's a sort of more newer thing as far as research, like when I was researching it. But yeah, they basically do henna around the head, and it's actually really pretty. And another thing was you could wear the nice scarves, and even people that aren't going through like hair loss or whatever wear the scarves as well, and that's just about supporting and making everyone feel included as well. And this is just a little clip.
Down at Atlas, which is doing Schaefer Cure. Schaefer LBC, English Blood and Cancer Research. Hi, Walla, just come down here with just cuts. West Coast City Breakers, and we support Schaefer Cure.
Our research stemmed from exploring some of the stories held within society, the stories behind the meaning of care and what it represents to us as individuals, the rules we value and uphold that we weave together with fragments of history as well as mythic personalities, which are bundled together for our consumption as humans. We believe Aphrodite, Medusa, Rapunzel and the Celtic men who claimed that women's hair is full of storm played a part in our collective consciousness that have internalised stories that uphold views that link hair with power and sexuality and status. The relationship between hair loss and sense of self can be seen through metaphors. How it once flamed at the slightest breeze, or was set aglimmer by starlight, or how it bedazzled a lover. Hair can be used to announce sexual or social prowess and show subtle or not so subtle ways in our willingness to conform to our gender structure, as we use it as a code of identity. The desire for hair signals the self as outward-looking, the self which measures and compares herself with others. We use our appearance to send messages to the outside world about who we are. The importance of looking like yourself, the you that you created through the cancer process, is important in building self-esteem and creating stories of strength and survival. Appearance-related issues, such as hair loss resulting from breast cancer treatment, has been found to be a major source of disruption of a person's sense of self and affect their self-esteem in areas of social functioning. Research consistently confirms interpersonal cognitive behaviour and status generalisation theories, which describe that people are social in nature and require acceptance by others and can be discriminated against based on their appearance. Often altered appearances can lead to misconceptions or assumptions about oneself and how one feels they are being perceived by others. Many cancer patients report that healthcare providers and social workers do not understand their psychosocial needs. We believe in the importance of building resilience and creating meaning when working with people experiencing hair loss, and would take an ecological approach as it sees the individual as constantly creating, restructuring and adapting to the environment as the environment is affecting them. will include a psychosocial needs assessment, as it also includes and acknowledges the relationship between the individual and the environment.
Okay, and the last one that I thought, we thought as a group that would be quite cool to add in was the Cure Kids Foundation, which is not, they don't just support people that are, you know, going through cancer or hair loss, or, you know, they kind of support everyone, but basically they always try to raise money for ongoing research and finding cures. And so they have recently, well, they're about to release another song, but it actually hasn't come out yet, but it will be available on iTunes soon. But I wanted to play the song that they bring out 2 years ago for Red Nose Day, and I think it's a really cool song. Also, kids wrote the lyrics, so that's why they're a little bit funny, but it was quite cool, and kids were highly involved in the whole process, so I think this is, we think this is a good way to end our presentation. So if you know the words, please join in, because it's a really cool song. I really like it.
There are children who are so unwell. They have to live their lives in hospital. They're feeling hospital, hospital.
Children getting sicker, drinking too much bubble mixture. They all just wanna be bubbles. We all just wanna be bubbles.
There must be something we can do to stop these kids from doing this.
Feel inside and stuff like that. Open up the lids. Help the kids. Feel inside
And stuff like that.
open up the lids. Help the kids.
These kids need us to come together. We can make them better. We can get them some better.
Can raffle scooters, cars, and moving vouchers. John, stop blowing all the money on couches. $121.
We need to build a trap so we can catch all the robbers.
And we'll take their money, we'll rob the robbers. We can fill a house full of dollars.
We'll go to people's homes and ask to borrow some money.
They'll probably all just give us some money.
We give them back this money and cause a confusion.
That's the solution, yeah, that's the collusion. Feel inside.
And stuff like that.
Open up the lids. Help the kids. Feel inside. Open up the lids. Help the kids. Money that get from the prime minister. The prime minister gets it from the queen.
The queen gets some money from the bank, who gets it from the prime minister.
The craziest financial system I've ever seen. Get your mental right up off the shop. Oh no, that one's not there anymore. I know late night come knocking my door.
Stick in the room with my parents know. My dad leaves his jeans down on the floor. In his back pocket there's a wallet we can score. Get about $50 or maybe more.
You with my hand in hand. Tell the kids he'll understand.
Don't need to worry, don't need to hide. I just tell my dad to feel inside.
Feel inside. And stuff like that. Open up the lids. Help the kids. Feel inside. And stuff like that. Open up the lids. Help the kids.
So yeah, That's awesome.
Awesome.